All right, these are your 2.5 video notes on absolute value. Make sure you put this in your table of contents, find out what page number you're on, and put that into your table of contents. So our first word that we're going to talk about is absolute value and what it means. Highlight that. Okay, absolute value is literally the distance a number is away from zero. And then a big thing here is that distance cannot be negative. So for example, when you are dealing with absolute value, you actually have this symbol, it's two vertical lines, and then there's like a number or letter inside. So let's say I have the number -4 inside the vertical lines. These are absolute value symbols. The absolute value of -4 is 4 because -4 is 4 spaces away from 0 on the number line. They just happen to be the left of 0 on the number line. The absolute value of 4 is also 4 because there are 4 spaces away from 0. The absolute value of 1.5 is 1.5 because it's 1.5, 1.5 spaces away from 0. The absolute value of -1,626 is also 1,626 because it's 1,626 spaces away from 0. Just happens to be the left. We're talking distance. How many spaces away from 0 is this number? What we're going to get into today is like, what happens if I have the absolute value of some number has to be 10? So the distance that this number is 10. Well, there are two options now. One, it could be -10 spaces away. It could be 10 spaces to the left. Or option number 2, it could be the +10, 10 spaces to the right. So we're looking for the number of spaces away from 0. In this case, they wanted 10 spaces. Well, you could be 10 to the left, 10 to the right. So when we're dealing with absolute value, we're going to get two answers now. Oh. Okay, so now we're going to get into some evaluating. So for example, if I ask us to find the absolute value of some number +6 and then -14, and then evaluate that when m equals 4. So it's just like what we did before where we have to evaluate this expression when m is 4, but now we have some absolute value that we have to deal with. And we can think about them as like grouping symbols. So we'll want to do whatever inside the absolute value sign first, and then get rid of the rest of the stuff. So our next step will be to substitute the 4 for the m. So you have 4 plus 6. The absolute value of 4 plus 6 minus 14. So the absolute value of 4 plus 6 is 10, and then minus 14. So what we want to do is find out what the absolute value of 10 is. Well, the absolute value of 10 is 10 spaces away from 0, and then we minus 14, which gives us a value of -4. Notice when I took the absolute value of 10, the absolute value signs went away because the absolute value of 10 is 10. And then I took away the 14 minus 4. All right, let's try another one. What if I did 23 minus the absolute value of 3 minus 4x? And then we're going to evaluate that when or if x is -2. Okay, so again, we're going to put -2 in for x and evaluate. Working way from the inside out. So you have 23 minus the absolute value of 3 minus 4 times a -2. Work your way from the inside out. So you have 23 minus the absolute value of 3. -4 times a -2 gives us -8. So you have 23. Oh, nope, that gives us a +8. So 23 minus the absolute value of 11. 23 minus, well, the absolute value of 11 is 11. So 23 minus 11 is 12. Okay. So here I have 10 minus the absolute value of 2x plus 6. We're going to evaluate that when x is -7. So we're going to put -7 in for x and evaluate. We have 10 minus the 2 times the -7 plus 6. Working way from the inside out of your absolute value signs, we get the absolute value of -14 plus 6. So I get 10 minus the absolute value of -8. So I have 10 minus, well, the absolute value of -8 is +8. So we get 10 minus 8 is actually 2. Let me erase my little oops, erase my marks here. 10 minus 8 is 2. So that's evaluating absolute value expressions. What we're going to get into next is solving absolute value equations. So I'm going to put solving. And this is where it gets a little tricky because we might have two solutions. So for example, if I give us the equation, the absolute value of some number has to be 5. Well, you have two cases. Case number 1, we could have the positive case where x equals 5. Case number 2, we could have the negative case where x equals -5, because both of these numbers work inside the absolute value symbol. And then they might ask you to plot your solutions on a number line. So I have a -5 over here, here's 0, +5. We would just put a dot on the -5, a dot on the +5. These are your two solutions on the number line. So I'm going to put two solutions here. This one, case number 2, and case number 1. So if I have the absolute value of 26, absolute value of x equals 26, you have two solutions. We have x equals 26, or x equals -26. If I gave you the absolute value of x has to be 3.5. Well, you got two possible answers. You got 3.5 for one of them. X could be 3.5, or x could be -3.5. We need both. Now be careful, because I think on your homework they might try and trick you. If I give you the absolute value of some number has to be -6. This represents your distance. Remember, space is away from 0. I want my distance to be -6. Can distance be negative? No. So this one happens to be no solution. I look for those first, because distance cannot be negative. Okay, so let's try some trickier ones now. All right, what if I gave you the absolute value of some number plus 5 has to be 17? Okay, well, in order to solve this, we know we're going to have two possible solutions. Now, this 5 kind of shifts things over, so we're going to have to kind of work around that 5. We're going to set up our two cases. Case number 1, our distance could go into the left, so we could be at like negative 17 spaces away from our middle number. So we could write this as this x plus 5 equals the negative 17. So that'd be like our negative side to the story, our negative case. And then case number 2 could be the x plus 5 is equal to the distance where 17 is to the right of our middle number. And notice I didn't put my absolute value signs here because I do have this all split up now into two things, which is good. I got my negative side of the story and my positive side of the story. Now we have to solve both. So we're going to have to subtract 5 from both sides. So I get x equals negative 22 for one possible solution. And then if I were to subtract 5 from both sides over here, I get x equals negative 12. Oh, positive 12. So you have two numbers that would work here. And of course, we do want to double check our work. So if I were to check the first one, when back into our absolute value, if I check the negative 22 plus 5, does that give us 17? So the absolute value of negative 22 plus 5. Well, negative 22 plus 5 gives me a negative 17, and the absolute value of negative 17 is 17. If I were to check the other case, I would have the absolute value of some number, which we just found out was 12. So I'm going to erase that here. And we said 12 plus 5. Does this equal 17? Yes, the absolute value of 17 equals 17. So both sides to the story check out. Both of our cases check out. All right, so let's try this one. Absolute value of b minus 3, and then a minus 18 equals 3. Okay, so this is where it gets a little weird because we have the absolute value of a number minus 3, and we have this minus 18. In order to solve this, we want to know what's the absolute value stuff. Okay, so we're going to have to get rid of this negative 18. So getting rid of negative 18, we'll add 18 to both sides. So I get the absolute value of b minus 3 equals 21. And then, of course, to find out what our two possible solutions are, we have to set up two possible solutions. Case number 1, we could set up the positive case. So we get b minus 3 equals a distance of 21. Or we could do case number 2, where we have b minus 3 equals the negative 21, and then solve for both. So we're going to add 3 to both sides. So I get b equals 24 for our first possible solution. If I add 3 to both sides over here, I get b equals negative 18. So there's our two possible cases here. And then, of course, if we double check this, the absolute value of 24 minus 3 and then a minus 18, does this equal a distance of 3? 24 minus 3 is the absolute value of 21 minus 18. Absolute value of 21 is 21 minus 18. Does this give us 3? Yes, it sure does. All right, let's check the other one. If I were to put in negative 18 minus 3 and then a negative 18, does this equal 3? Well, the absolute value of 18 minus 3 is negative 21 minus 18. Does this give us 3? Absolute value of 21 that's negative is a positive 21 minus 18. That does give us 3 as well. So both sides check out. And this is why we did our whole solving equations things to begin with. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here and we'll get into the next video on writing absolute value equations. There is a formula for this that works every single time. So I'm going to work us through that and then we'll get you guys started on your homework. Okay?